Welcome to Duo Chat with Brittany and Cynthia, where we talk about drama shows from shows ranging from the 90s to today.
Hi, everyone. I'm Brittany.
And I'm Cynthia.
And today we have JC.
Hey guys, thanks for having me back.
Of course.
All right. And how's everyone doing today?
Good.
I'm doing great, enjoying the weather.
Yes, not our normal location. All right. Today we are going to be talking about Season 2, Episode 8. The title is The Reluctant Hero. Air date November 25th, 1998. And the synopsis is, after Dawson gets a grant from the Boston Filmmaking Association following his win with his horror film, he asks Joey to help him work on his next film, but she refuses. That evening, Joey's semi-date with Jack for a moonlight picnic prompts a resentful Dawson to join Jen at a house party thrown by Chris, where she gets drunk again and he ends up saving her from her doing things she'll regret. Meanwhile, Pacey proves his worth when Andie's mother has a psychotic breakdown. Also, Mitch cannot understand Dawson's views on their divorce. All right, so we start out in Dawson's bedroom. I'll go, of course.
But it's kind of nice this time to just see him and Pacey together. We never just see those two hanging out by themselves.
Eating pizza.
Mm-hmm.
So I have a question about that since we see Pacey now and there. Because we've seen Gail, now we see Pacey. Don't you feel like they're supposed to be, important people in his life, but don't you think they're just little replacements for his nights?
Yeah, it kind of seems like it since he doesn't have Joey around anymore.
Like, Pacey is supposed to be his best friend, but yet he's sort of just the fill-in until Joey gets back.
Yeah, it's true.
That's what it felt like. I'm like, oh, Pacey's supposed to be the best friend.
Well, at least he is there for Dawson while he's going through this split with Joey.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, and then we see Jen come in through the window.
Yeah.
Drunk.
She dropped her purse in the bush.
Well, and the thing is, she comes through the window and says, "Hi, Pacey. If you're that drunk, do you remember people's names and to say hi to them?
Let alone be able to climb up a ladder.
And then to see Pacey in the corner? It's not like he was right in front of her."
Right.
And then when when Dawson held the bucket or trash or whatever, she had her head like right in it, like she was gonna throw up. It's like, wait a minute, if you're that drunk, you would know to throw up right there.
Yeah.
That whole thing didn't make sense to me. And then she's actually like talking, and I'm like, I don't know. If you
Yeah,
would
she's
be
not
able
like
to.
slurring her words or anything.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, that didn't make any sense. I'm like, I don't think she's that drunk.
She could have acted it
A
a
little better.
little more drunk.
Yes. And then what movie are they watching?
I don't know, some black and white movie.
Yeah, and Pacey talks about Jimmy Stewart, but I
Well-
don't really know who that is.
The movie is Mr. Smith Goes to Washington. Remember, it's black and white.
Yeah. Some old movie way before our time.
And also, Dawson picks all the movies because now Pacey doesn't like the movies he's picking. It's like, remember, is
Does
Joey?
anyone like his movies that he picks?
No, because Joey's always complaining about him, and now Pacey is. So stop going to Dawson.
Cynthia, what do you think about his selection of movies?
Yeah, there are a lot of old movies, and
Would you choose them to watch?
no, definitely not. He should probably ask somebody else what they want to watch.
Right.
I know if they're your guests, you should be like, hey, what do you guys want to watch tonight?
Mm-hmm.
But no, see, that's the thing is he would actually have to think of others to ask the question. But since he doesn't, and he's only in his own little bubble, that's the only thing he can think of is what I want to watch tonight, not what anyone else wants to watch.
Yeah, he thinks he's the expert.
Yeah, I mean, he thinks he's in charge. Oh, and then how many times has Jen been in his bed, has come through his bedroom?
What do you say, 3 or 4 times that week?
Yeah, 3.
Yeah, this is the third time this week.
Just that week. That's
Yeah.
crazy.
And it was a school night.
So she's going back to her old party ways.
Yep, here's the New York Jen. After the theme song, Dawson sees Mitch in the kitchen, and Mitch is getting his things. What'd you guys think of that scene?
I don't know. I just keep feeling bad for Mitch because Dawson's just being so mean to him, and he's not giving his mom any trouble like he is to Mitch.
No, and is it because Gail puts on a crying face? Oh, your dad left me. Really? And then Dawson's like, my dad left. And I'm like, come on now.
Or it's like, look what your mom did.
Your dad would never have left if your mom didn't do what she did.
Right, but I mean, hold her accountable too. It's not like he went out and cheated. She did.
He has not blamed her once.
Nope.
He's never yelled at her for it. And it's always Mitch. Mitch, my dad's the problem.
Yeah, he's making it to be Mitch's fault, but realistically, that's not true.
Mm-hmm.
No. And, to still have a fit about it, it's like, come on now, get over yourself, Dawson.
I do think it's kind of nice, though, that his dad makes a point to want to get together and hang out with him and spend time.
Yeah, and then Dawson says to Mitch, I don't see how you moving out is a step in the right direction. My gosh, he just needs time away to think, Dawson.
Yeah.
And Dawson can't fully understand. He's just a teenager. He's never been through anything like that.
No, and when he does one day, then he'll understand.
Mm-hmm.
And then maybe he'll have some sympathy for his dad, but then, again, it's Dawson, so he won't.
He always does things when they're too late.
And he doesn't quite think.
And this is when Mitch says to Dawson that he wants to be friends with him.
I think it's good to be somewhat friends with your kids, but I don't know. Maybe he just wants somebody to be there for him.
Mm-hmm.
So then Dawson walks outside and opens up an envelope and gets excited.
We don't see what it is.
Right. And then we find Pacey learns he's failing from his guidance counselor.
How do you fail that horribly? I feel like it had to take an effort to fail that bad.
Yeah.
Well, and then the guidance counselor said his options are summer school followed by another year of sophomore year.
So there's still sophomores in this season.
Yeah, but I don't know. I don't think it's all going to be consistent, but okay. The consistency in this show.
It's a little off.
Well, then he says, if you make it to graduation, I mean, the guidance counselor is not being a good guidance counselor at all. And then at one point, he has a smile on his face as he's telling Pacey. I'm like, what kind of guidance counselor are you?
Mm-hmm.
He's got to boost him up, not tear him down. I mean, believe in the kid a little bit.
And as the guidance counselor, try to figure out why he's failing instead of just tell him basically you're never going to make it.
Right. Try to get to the root of the problem.
Isn't that what they're supposed to do? Guide you?
Yes. He's not very good at his job.
No, he's an old man who needs to retire.
And then he doesn't tell Pacey's family either, from what we know.
Yeah. Normally, the school would contact your parents.
Well, yeah, because they have to approve, I think, if you're going to summer school. You know what I mean? To, sign you up.
We still haven't seen Pacey's mom at all, have we?
No.
Or his dad.
Nope.
Yeah, we've only heard them talk about him.
All we see is that Doug guy.
Oh, Doug.
Yes.
Not a fan.
And then Dawson finds Joey in the hallway to tell her they won the Boston Film Festival.
Finally, we get back to this.
After a whole season.
Yeah, I kind of thought they just dropped the ball on it and forgot.
Well, it's weird because it was in season 1, episode 1 and 2, and then they just stopped talking about it.
Yeah, they focused on it really hard for a while.
I think that they only brought it back because there was no other storyline in this show.
I wonder if fans were giving a hard time to, come on, we want to see what happened with it.
I think they should just be lucky that there was no other show for, teen drama, really.
You don't think Dawson would have won?
No, I mean, the show itself.
Oh, yeah.
It's,
Dawson's Creek.
Well, because like the show in season 1 was so boring. I don't know how they made it to a season 2.
Honestly,
And
how
then-
did it stay on air?
And then how'd they get along season 2? It wasn't just the first 13. And it's just so boring. We're already in episode 8 and nothing's really happening.
It's really dragging on right now.
You would think with 2 new characters, you could bring something else to the table. But they're not even giving like Jack a whole lot, and you brought him in.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, Andie's getting more storyline than Jack.
Right.
He just not. He don't say anything.
I'm like, I don't know what to say about that. Except, I mean, it's true, and they could do more with the story with Jack and Andie, other than, oh, let's just make another love story with Joey.
Well, and why don't they have brother-sister moments?
They do every very, very once in a while.
They don't really, though. They don't really have that.
Not as much as I would like to see.
We don't ever see them at home together, and that's not normal.
Maybe they just try not to be home often because of their mom. I don't know.
I've never seen Jack with the mom.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Andie is the only one that really takes care of her.
I just think it's weird. Like, I wonder if the writers were all like single children, so they didn't know what it was like to actually have a sibling, to actually have that relationship.
Right.
Because I think, if anyone did have a sibling, they would know how to write a sibling relationship.
I would like to see that more than,
What they're showing,
yeah.
which is nothing. And then, how much was his grant? Anyone?
2,500, 2,500.
That's a pretty big amount of money for a high school film, I feel like.
Well,
Yeah,
how did
and-
you feel about Joey not wanting to participate?
I liked it. I'm glad that she was focusing on something for herself.
Yeah, because she used to just always care about what Dawson wanted, and it is nice to see her, like Cynthia said, focusing on what she wants.
Well, and once again, Dawson doesn't understand what space means. I mean, the last episode, it was all about space. I'll give you your space. That's what he said at the end of the episode. Now, here we are not giving her space. And then she says that she, is taking art classes and working, doesn't have time for it. And he still has a stupid, like, puppy dog look. But what about me? It's like, shut up. That's called giving her space.
She already did so much for him in that aspect of helping him with this film, and
She got him the grant, so shut up.
he should just be appreciative of that.
Mm-hmm.
You felt bad for him. What are you talking about?
I did feel a little bit. It was just sad because to see him and Joey, who were supposedly so close before, like now they're falling away from each other. Their bond isn't what it used to be.
See, they're not soulmates.
No.
After Dawson leaves, Jack walks up to Joey. They talk about how it was a full moon and he misses hanging out with her.
Yeah, and how he wants to be friends again, and he'll do whatever it takes to fix it.
Do you think Joey is trying to avoid Jack? Because she hasn't really spoken to him since.
Yeah, a little bit.
I think she's scared of her feelings for him.
Yeah, because they might be real.
Mm-hmm.
And then at lunch, Jen walks up and sits next to Dawson, who is working on his next script.
And then he tells her about the money.
Yeah, and Jen is excited for him. And then that's when you realize that it was a school night because he asks her, how's your hangover? And she goes, Advil worked or whatever. I'm like, what the
Yeah.
heck?
Right.
I'm like, you're getting drunk on a school night and then showing up? You couldn't, when your grandpa died, you couldn't even get out of bed. And
She's
now,
going off the deep end.
and now you look perfectly fine. So you really weren't that drunk. And then Andie and Pacey talk about him failing. And did you see they don't sit next to Dawson and Jen?
But they're all at lunch together. What's up with that?
It's just so weird because aren't they all supposed to be friends?
Yeah.
Yeah, but they're not hanging out together like they should be.
That's why how close can you all really be if you're not even hanging out at lunch together?
Yeah, that's really weird.
I guess the writers just wanted Pacey and Andie to have their little scene together about Pacey's grades.
Yeah, that would make sense. So they had their own moment to talk about it.
I just thought it was super weird because you would have a table with all your friends.
Mm-hmm.
Again, here we are, not realistic. And then Chris walks up to Jen and invites her to a party. But did you catch what he said?
Yeah, he said, you want to come to a PART?
He forgot the why.
I'm like, you just sound dumb. No, I don't want to go to a part.
Especially when it's not an E. And then did you see what he was doing to her?
I
He
was
was
like rubbing on her.
Mm-hmm.
Rubbing her shoulders. Oh, that creeped me out.
He was being so weird about it.
It was so creepy. And she was just going with it. I'm like, what the heck? Think if, like, someone was doing that at, like, our school, like, the lunch aides would be like, to stop touching each other.
Yeah.
There was no lunch aides.
No.
And this scene was too long. Like, the lunch was going on for, like, 20
It
minutes.
was like half the episode.
Because it was, like, person after person.
Mm-hmm.
It's like, I didn't need to see all that. And then Jen invites Dawson to the PART.
I'm surprised that Dawson wants to go.
Right.
Well, not at first.
Well, no, not at
First
first,
he was
but
like, no. And then Andie tells Pacey, if you act like a joke, people are going to treat you like one. And then he says, I'm not Luke Skywalker. I'm not even Luke Perry. There's no hero here, Andie. I am a joke. And then Andie says, heroes are made, not born.
that's so sweet.
Mm-hmm.
And yes, he is no Luke Perry, but he is Joshua Jackson. What are you going to say up to that?
I was just going to say, we know how you feel about him, Brittany. Oh, we know.
Yeah.
No, but I also loved Luke Perry in 90210.
Yeah.
And yes, he's not Jason Priestley or Luke Perry, but he is himself.
He's your superhero.
Cynthia, what did you think of that scene?
I liked it, and Andie too. It was funny when she said that to Pacey, "You're so not nervous that you're making me nervous," about his grades.
Oh, yeah.
How does he, like, not even care?
I think he's so used to failing.
But this is, like, his future now. It's not middle school BS. This is for the rest of his life. This is important. He's got a future he's got to work on.
I feel like he thinks if he doesn't think about it, it's not true. Like, it's not going to happen.
Yeah, like, out of sight, out of mind.
Yeah, and like, let me worry about it later, some other day. Well, and then, remember, she starts to get really loud, and he's like,
Oh my gosh.
Andie McPhee, everyone. I'm like, so embarrassed.
I would be so mortified if, I was talking and then I noticed the entire lunchroom was staring at me. Oh my gosh. I would probably just hide my face and cry.
Well, and she kept going on and on and on. I'm like, shut up, Andie. But honestly, if I was those kids, I'd be looking too. And also, here we go. The school seems really big, right?
Mm-hmm.
But that lunchroom is so small, and everyone's having lunch together.
That would not fit the whole school.
Right.
Not the way they're making it. Remember, Pacey knew 800 guys that would line up to date Christy?
Yeah, I mean,
Oh,
shoot, when we went to school, we had to have like 2 different lunches because there was so many people. And
You know,
and our school was small.
you know that started because of our grade, right?
It did?
Yeah. Because my brother yelled at me. He was like, it's because of your grade.
Because we were one of the bigger classes.
Yeah, because we came in with like 200 kids, and that was the most they ever had.
We didn't even leave with 100, I don't think.
But because we had so many, I mean, I don't even know how they had lockers for everyone. But yeah, so because there were so many of us that they had to break up the lunches. Which,
Leave it to us.
leave with Dawson, we were the bad group too. The biggest group ended up being the worst group too.
I think they just progressively got worse as the years went on.
No, remember? We were the first group also. We were the first group to make everything as like the one and only.
Yeah.
Remember? We got kicked out of the freshman focus week. They said we're doing our tie-dye shirts in 8th grade.
Oh my God.
And we were doing the freshman move up. And so we were in the high school. And they said, if you guys don't stop talking and let us explain it, you all are going to go back to the middle school. And so
We did get yelled at. I forgot.
so then, of course, people wouldn't stop talking. So, well, you're all going back. So then when we went back, by the time we got back to the middle school, our teachers were in the hallway with their arms crossed and saying, we heard. I think they were so mad. And they were like, we are so disappointed in you guys. Like, you are supposed to be high schoolers. I think, though, they were mad because they wanted their time away from us.
I would have wanted my time away from us too.
Yes, but again, it was only a couple kids making it bad for everyone.
Yeah, they really made it.
But I'm like, did you guys really want to go back to the middle school and actually have like homework
No.
instead of having fun?
Yeah, I was having fun over at the high school doing the little projects we were doing.
And why couldn't they just take the talking kids out and put them back in the middle school? Why'd they
Right.
have to take it out on everyone else? Because they ruined our experience.
Mm-hmm.
I don't even know what to say.
You know, it's kind of like that same thing with a couple kids started the rumor of the
Food
Food
fight?
fight?
yes, and then
Oh my
and then,
gosh,
and then-
that was horrible.
And then what happened, JC?
We had assigned seats for lunch, didn't we?
Yes. How embarrassing!
Who's ever heard of that? Assigned lunch seats.
As if we're like little kids.
I don't think we could really talk either.
No, we couldn't talk. We couldn't talk, and we weren't even by each other. And once again, the good kids got punished. I was so mad because I looked around and I was far away from you guys on the
They
opposite
split us
end.
all up.
I
Oh, no,
wasn't
no,
even
they
there.
didn't. They put you and Cynthia next to each other.
Yeah,
I wasn't even
And
there.
I was on the other side of the room.
I wasn't even there though.
No, but you were with a couple other friends, JC, and I was so mad because I look over and
Yeah.
you guys are all next to each other. And how did I get stuck way on the other side?
Because you're a troublemaker, Brittany.
And then I was so mad because when I would look around, I'm like, wait a minute. They're friends. They're friends. And
But
they're
they
the bad
split us
kids.
up.
And they were the bad kids. The ones that probably started the fight.
Yes.
Or started the rumor. I was so mad.
Do you
Yeah,
think
but I
any
wasn't
kids
there.
actually even started the rumor?
I don't know, but our class never knew how
We
to
didn't.
shut up either.
Yeah, I didn't even know anything about a food fight until
I didn't either until
they,
science seats.
yeah.
Well, okay, so our class couldn't shut up because they never knew what a secret was because they apparently started that rumor. And then
Did
our
you ever hear anything, Cynthia, about?
She wasn't there, she said.
No, I was at home recovering from my
Oh,
back
that's
surgery.
right.
No, but then senior year,
Mm-hmm.
they started the other rumor of senior skip day.
Some people didn't show up, but
No, but my point is they didn't know how to keep their mouth shut.
yeah, I mean, if you're gonna do it, don't tell nobody.
And then also, like, that's when also it was, if you don't show up that Friday, you're gonna get suspended.
Yup.
And then of course Brittany didn't show up that day. And then I was so worried I was gonna get suspended.
Were you sick?
No, it was because I had my seizure.
Oh, it was that day. Oh my gosh. Oh, they could not. No, they couldn't hold that against you.
Well, no, I was in the hospital trying to break free, and they're like, "Where do you think you're going?" And I said, "Well, I gotta get to school. I'm gonna get suspended."
Oh
people."
my God, they had you that freaking stressed out.
Yes, I didn't want to get suspended.
You're literally in the hospital, not knowing what's going on, and you're worried about going to school.
Yes, I was that child. Like, I gotta go to school.
That's so sad, though, that they made it that big of a
Terrifying.
deal.
Mm-hmm.
Well, I never wanted to be suspended, and I'm like, the first time I'd get suspended is me being in the hospital.
Yeah, then you can't skip any exams.
Yeah, and I needed to get out of those ones. So yeah, it's like that's our life experience. That's why it's like this is definitely TV because
Yeah, it's like that would not play out that way in real life.
no, all the stuff they do on this TV show or any of the TV shows, no. They need to make it more real. Either that or our school was just too strict with us.
They were.
Yeah, I felt like there was no freedom.
Not much.
Definitely we're not on our own. We were treated like children. And yes, to the school, you treated us like children. Some deserved it, but we didn't.
No, do better.
They got new people in charge, so.
Thank God.
And then Jack and Joey are in line getting lunch, and then that's where he asks her out.
More lunch scenes. But yeah. Cynthia, what'd you think about him asking Joey out?
Well, I thought it was funny how he called it a dat instead of a date.
I know. I was like, what is up with this whole not spelling out the whole word? Part instead of party and dat instead of date. Oh my God. I didn't like the whole dat because later on they call it date.
Mm-hmm.
And then Joey is getting ready at her house, and Dawson is at her door and gives her half of the prize money. What'd you think of that?
I feel like he was trying to guilt her into
Helping
working
her?
with them. Yeah.
Well, yeah, I didn't like that he says his intentions
Yeah.
are good. And I'm like, you are lying right through your teeth because your intentions are to get her back to helping you.
Yeah, he wants to make her feel bad. Like, here's this money for you. Now you should come help me because I
Yeah.
gave this to you.
Yeah, he's like, here, use it for art class or whatever. Bull crap.
Yeah, I don't buy it.
He's not that kind of guy. He's not Pacey. No,
You do love Pacey. I'm starting to like Pacey a lot more as time goes by.
Dawson was guilting her.
Oh, absolutely. That's why I just his intentions weren't completely pure.
And he didn't want anything in return. Okay.
Yeah, he did. Yes, he did. Lies.
Except for her to be happy. Yeah, he's never wanted her to be happy. He's never thought
He's
of her
always
happiness.
wanted just himself to be happy.
It's whatever Dawson wants. And then Joey just wants to be friends.
I don't think that's going to work out. I don't think Dawson can be just friends.
Well,
Oh.
I think she wants to be friends, but I don't think he wants to just be friends.
Oh, I'm getting things mixed up. Okay, Jack tells Andie that he's going on the date with Joey, and he feels bad that he can't take care of their mom. But Andie said it's fine. She's studying with Pacey,
Yeah, that's
and
all.
that their mom is fine because her new medication's working.
Oh, okay.
That's where I got it from.
Oh, Cynthia getting us all confused.
It happens. It's all good.
And then, of course, as Dawson leaves, Jack walks up.
Hmm.
Oh my gosh! Of course
The
they had to
stare
have.
down.
Yes.
What did you think of it?
I was like, ooh, 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 punch him.
Wait. You wanted
I just wanted to see some action,
Wait,
but
you wanted Dawson to punch Jack?
yeah,
Why?
it would.
What is wrong with you?
I just like the drama.
No. No. I
mean-
like Jack. No.
I do like Jack too.
Then why do you want him to get punched?
I mean, did you see the look he gave him? That would. I don't
Look
know.
at the look Dawson was giving him.
That's what I'm talking about. Dawson gave him a look like he was gonna. I just wanted to see some action.
Dawson's not that guy.
But you gotta admit, it would have made the episode a little more exciting.
Yeah, but they didn't know how to. The writers didn't do a very good job.
Well, he already punched him once.
Yeah, and he's not the guy to do it again.
Well, man up, Dawson.
He doesn't know how to be a
Get
man.
your woman back. No, she's moved on.
They didn't work well together as a couple, JC.
They really didn't. They were
They
boring.
sucked. All they did was fight. I mean, she needs to move on and be happy.
Mm-hmm.
And then Dawson helps Mitch move his things to his new place.
Looks like a dungeon. Seriously.
There's no bedroom.
It's just like old brick walls. It's kind of creepy.
Well, and then it looks kind of cold in there, like it's
like
not
a
comfy.
basement. Yeah.
Is that the same place he bought from Tamara? Whatever.
It looks like it. I don't know. They don't say, but I thought it looked like it.
Yeah, it's kind of hard to tell.
I don't know. It just looked like an upstairs of something.
Mm-hmm.
And then that's where Mitch gives Dawson the key to his place.
Which Dawson should have a key, but I don't think Dawson's very happy about it.
Yeah, but then Dawson says, I don't want another friend or buddy. I want a father.
Which is fair.
Yeah, but Dawson isn't nice to his father.
Yeah, he is being a jerk to his dad, and I don't like that because his dad is going through a really hard time.
And he just wants to, like, get to, know his son, and his son is being so rude.
Yeah, I mean, he just basically lost his wife. And
Now he's losing his son because of his son.
yeah.
There you go. It's only about Dawson, not about his dad.
Poor Mitch. I really feel for him.
I know. I wanted to give him a big hug. I felt so bad for him.
Yeah, he looked like he needed one.
I know. He was so sad. Didn't you think he was sad, Cynthia?
Yeah, he really was.
And then at Jen's, Dawson asks her if the invitation is still open for, that part. E.
I'm really shocked he wants to go. I think it's just because he's a little heated and in his feelings about Jack and Joey.
Yeah.
Well, and then she said, you can't bitch or moan about my partying habits. You have to keep an open mind, no judging. Has she met him?
It's kind of what Dawson does.
That's his only thing. That's all he knows how to do. Cynthia?
Oh, yeah.
Nothing else to say?
No, but she just said that it's not a date because he's too far from being a rebound for her and she's not interested.
Do you really think that?
Nope.
Don't you think she still wants him?
Yep.
Yeah, because then, that's when they say that then. I'm like, whatever. What'd you think?
Oh, I think Jen's just kind of lost right now. I think she would be with Dawson if she had the chance.
Like if he was interested?
Yeah.
And then Jen and Dawson arrive at the party. Doesn't it look so much fun?
Where did these teenagers get all that alcohol? I know when I was younger, if I wanted to drink, it was not that easy.
No.
Like, who's supplying it? Is it that crazy lady Ursula? Is she at the store still?
That's probably where they learned it from. They probably stole it. And Dawson doesn't look like he's having any fun.
He looks really out of place.
So why did he go? Did he really think he was going to hang out with Jen at the party? Because all Jen did was go to hang out with Chris.
Yep.
He probably did.
I mean, think about it. She's not going to hang out with you. You're boring.
Right.
And you're judging. He was judging the moment he got there.
Yeah, the second they got there, he was like, oof.
I was like, look at the face. He's making the judgy face. Not good, Dawson. And then at Andie's house, Pacey and Andie are studying. Did you notice he comes through the backyard?
Doesn't he go through the front the first time he goes there?
Yes. Why would you go through the backyard? Wouldn't you go through the front door?
Just so they could see her mom outside.
Wasn't he following Andie?
What?
Wasn't he following Andie to the back door?
No, she was letting him in through the back door. He came in and she met him at the door.
That's really weird.
And because he comes in and starts talking to her mom, and then she comes out or whatever. And I'm like, that is so weird. Why would you go through the backyard?
And her poor mom, though, still talking about Tim.
That would be hard, though, to lose your son. I can't imagine.
No.
I mean, you would have breakdowns. I mean, seriously, that's your son.
Right, you're not supposed to lose your children first.
No, you're supposed to go first.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
So, yeah, that would be hard. And then, so you're never, okay, so even if she wasn't going through her breakdowns and she was, being her normal self, she, still can't talk about her son?
Right.
She's supposed to never bring him up ever again.
I would think it's okay to talk about him, keep his memory alive.
Yes,
That's good.
That's your son.
Mm-hmm.
You have all those memories of him. That makes no sense to, if she's talking about him, then, that's a bad thing. And it's like, talking about
I
him
would
is
talk about him.
Me too. So apparently in that family, if you die, you can't talk about the person.
You no longer exist.
That's so messed up.
Mm-hmm.
Because think about it. Jack and Andie don't talk about him.
Yeah, they pretend like
He doesn't exist.
Yeah, but he's their
Dead.
brother.
And he's the older, he was the firstborn.
Right.
And that's just messed up.
I think it's just because she's using it in present tense and not past tense.
But she said
If Tim were here.
yes.
Like,
And she
'cause he's
used
supposed
it
to be.
past
Or does
tense.
she, or do you think she just was talking about, like, if he was home?
I think he was supposed to be, like, wasn't he in college when he died?
Yeah.
That's what I think, what she meant, like, if he wasn't in college.
Oh, so she's talking like he is still there, but just away at college.
Yeah.
But for the episode, it just, it was just
Yeah.
kind of weird because she said if he was home, and it's like, well, you could have taken that if he was home as like him being gone.
Yeah, that's kind of how I took it until later on.
Yeah. And also, where's this driveway?
Yeah.
Yeah, I just thought it was weird. He's going through the backyard.
Yeah.
Go through the front door. Okay. Again, doesn't make sense on this show. And then we see Jack and Joey on their date, or their date, as they like to call it. Because it's not really a date, but it actually is a date.
Jack is flirting hardcore. They're kind of cheesy, but I like it.
Well, yeah, Jack's, because they're talking about Dawson. Of course, anything, they have to bring up Dawson. And then Jack says, I'm sure I would be too if I let you slip through my fingers.
Mm-hmm.
About the whole them getting together.
Well, he kind of helped that happen by kissing her.
Yes, but if Joey really was interested in Dawson, that kiss wouldn't have phased her.
Yeah, it wouldn't have meant anything to her.
Nope, because Dawson would have been more important. So obviously Dawson means nothing.
She really is into Jack now.
If you can drop Dawson that quick,
Then you never really liked him.
no, you shouldn't be together.
No.
And so why does he want to like get back with her when it didn't make sense to begin with?
Yeah, I don't really understand that.
And you roll again. Dawson's relationships only last a couple episodes. It was Jen, now it's Joey, and you would think Joey would have been a serious relationship. That didn't last long.
Poor guy can't keep a girl.
But yet they all want him.
I don't get that. What is so desirable about Dawson Leary?
You're supposed to answer that. Because I can tell you all day long about Pacey, but
Right now,
Dawson?
Dawson's not really.
Desirable.
No.
But
In the beginning, I liked him, but now
Huh?
he's just. Yeah, in the beginning, I liked him. He was my favorite. But right now, he's just so boring and about himself.
He's always been about himself.
I know, it just took me a while to see it, okay?
Okay, well, then you really didn't like him. Cynthia, you want to help this conversation?
What do you mean? Like,
This argument. What are you... Put your input.
of Dawson right now?
Yeah.
Yeah, he's still about himself, but he's also still, like, trying to help Jen at the same time a little bit. Well, after this one night, at least.
Yeah, every now and then he shows his caring side.
Okay.
Hey, he does save Jen.
Blah, blah, blah. Yeah, he's the hero to Jen, not Joey.
Well, Joey's off on a date with Jack.
I don't thank God. I'm sorry. I like them better.
They are a lot more interesting as a couple.
He supports her and they're not fighting. Unlike the other one. Sorry, I don't like your buddy Dawson. And then at the party, Dawson and Chris are talking about Jen as a friend. Chris is just so weird.
Mm-hmm.
I don't like them guys at the party.
No, taking advantage of her.
Yeah, that is just disgusting that they... Why would they want to do that to a drunk girl out of her mind? I mean, I know guys do. I just don't understand it. I think it's really messed up.
The good thing is, like, nowadays you can try to sue the person. But,
Yeah.
I mean, back then that was hard to show that they did
it's
it.
her word against theirs.
Yeah. And then at
And then he's
Andie's-
rich, too.
What?
I said Chris's family's rich, so he could get away with anything.
Oh, yeah, they'd probably get him a real good lawyer and he'd get out of it.
Mm-hmm. Just pay him off to shut up.
Mm-hmm.
And then at Andie's, Andie is showing Pacey how to study. My question is, why are they highlighting in the book?
Oh, it was a textbook? I didn't see that.
Yes.
Yeah, right in a textbook.
I was
Dang.
like, what? Because we would have gotten in so much trouble.
Oh my gosh. We would have had to buy the whole book and then some.
And I thought this was a small town. They don't have money to buy books every year.
No.
Yeah.
Right, Cynthia?
Yeah, it's true, yeah.
Yeah, that was my whole thing was, okay, this is, again, not realistic. You wouldn't
Yeah,
be highlighting in your book.
No.
They
Yeah,
have to
they could have
save that
used
for the next year.
yeah, they could have used like post-its or something to mark.
Yeah.
Yeah, but they didn't. They're just highlighting. Okay. Definitely a TV show.
Mm-hmm.
And then that's where Andie gets the call about her mom. And then Pacey and Andie go to the grocery store to get her.
Pacey was so sweet in this scene. What did you think about him, Cynthia?
Yeah, it was really nice.
My heart. Oh my gosh, it was so full.
Yeah, because
I know
Andie
you
got
didn't
really
ask me.
yeah, because Andie got really overwhelmed trying to get her mom to go home.
Because
So
her
that's when
mom
Pacey
wasn't
stepped in.
listening to her.
Yeah, that would be stressful. I mean, that's awesome though how Pacey just like helped and figured out what to do and calmed the situation down and got her out of there.
Mm-hmm. And then I liked how he used this making him a sandwich. How because she brought it up when he first got there when she was lucid.
Yes.
So he remembered that to try to bring her back.
Maybe that's like her comfort thing. Maybe she would do that for Tim.
Right.
But then when she said Pacey, like she remembered him. It was so sweet.
Yeah, helped her
Yeah.
snap back into reality.
It was like, see, even Andie's mom likes Pacey.
That's a good sign.
Yes, that means he's a keeper, unlike Dawson. You know Dawson wouldn't have been able to do that.
No, he would have been stressed out.
He would have been hiding in one of the aisles. I don't know her.
He would have called the police.
He would have been the one to get her in trouble. See, not a good guy. Pacey, the hero.
Pacey did make me really happy in this episode.
Yes, I'm like, I'm almost in tears. Cynthia, you didn't feel that?
No, I did.
And then we're back to the boring party.
Mm.
And then that's where Dawson sees Jen and Chris walking up the steps. And then what happens?
Those two guys are trying to take advantage of her. And she's just like out of her mind. She doesn't really know what's going on. She thinks she does, but no.
And then when Dawson walked in, Chris, really disgustingly said to Dawson, "Want to play?"
That was terrible.
Mm-hmm.
They're just using her.
Also, Jen's only in high school and she's this out of control.
I was proud of Dawson, though, how he just picked her up and carried her right out of there. I was like, go, Dawson.
I mean, she is little.
Yeah, but I mean, for him to take that initiative and just pull her right out of the situation, like,
Mm-hmm.
I was like,
Well,
that's a good guy.
And you wonder what happened the other times she's went out, though.
Yeah, when he
because
wasn't
there
there.
to witness
Right.
it.
Oh, man.
Think about, there could have been a lot of that going on.
There probably was.
Yeah, that was gross. But she's acting so bad. Oh my gosh, I couldn't take it.
Do you think it's just because her grandpa died and now she's, like, acting out?
No, because she has no friends. And the only friend she had was Abby. And well, you see how well that turned out.
Yeah.
I was surprised she wasn't at this party.
Yeah, where is Abby now?
Well, remember, her and Jen got into it because she started dating Vincent.
Oh,
The old guy.
Yeah, but she still should have been at the party, just not talking to
Yeah.
Jen.
That's probably where she was.
She should have been there causing trouble.
Getting her drunk.
Yeah.
Because that's what she likes to do, get Jen drunk.
Such a bad influence.
But she's the one but Abby's the one that started getting Jen out of control. Remember, they were like drinking in Jen's bedroom and stuff. And
Yes.
talking about partying.
She pressured her into getting back into all that. She wanted to meet the New York Jen.
And I have another thing, like, because of the last episode where Chris slept with Jen and then sort of like dissed her after,
Yeah.
why is she hanging out with him all the time?
Because he's got the party going on. He's got the booze. And
But I don't get it because, like, of her reaction to that, in the last episode. And then now this one, she has no problems with him.
they must have made up in between time.
It doesn't make any sense.
It really doesn't.
Like, from the last episode of this one.
Yeah, with everything that happened.
Yeah.
She just doesn't really have anyone else to hang out with.
Yeah, that's true.
It was weird. And then Jack takes Joey home and he kisses her. So
Aww.
sweet.
He's like, "Are you gonna stop talking to me again?"
Yeah, that part was funny. Because that's what she was doing.
Yeah, she was
Avoiding.
hiding from him after that first kiss.
Right, Cynthia?
Mm-hmm. Yep.
And then Andie puts her mom to bed, and then Andie tells Pacey she's proud of him.
I'm proud of him too. That was so sweet.
Because again, he didn't have to do it.
But you can tell he really cares about Andie. And since he cares about Andie, he cares about her family.
Yes. I think because he doesn't have that, he wants to help others.
That makes a lot of sense.
Where Dawson, because he has that, he doesn't know what not having it is
Yeah,
like.
he kind of takes it for granted.
Yep, that's why it's all about him. Anything to add, Cynthia?
No, I like the scene. It really, you could see that it touched his heart when she said that she was proud of him.
Yeah, the look on his face.
Mm-hmm.
And then at Mitch's, Dawson and Mitch talk.
Is that when he takes Jen there so she can sleep?
Yeah.
Yeah. And then Mitch says, I can be your father. I mean, I hate to break it to you, but you are his
Right.
father.
You shouldn't say, you have to say that. He's like, but I'd like it if you would be my friend too.
Well, and then, like, that was the scene where I'm like, is Dawson going to spend the night? Because it's weird that he put Jen in Mitch's bed.
Yeah.
Like, there's no other bedroom.
What is it, like a studio apartment?
Yeah, it's, like, wide open, and where's Mitch gonna... And then, okay, so she's drunk. She wakes up, and Mitch is there. That's creepy.
And it looks like a dungeon, so that, yeah. That'd just be kind of freaky to wake up there not knowing where you're at.
Then to see his dad, it'd be like, what happened last
Yeah.
night? Like,
Hmm.
did something happen?
Yeah. How did I get here?
To your
Has she even
house?
ever met him before?
No, she's met him, but it's weird to wake up at even your friend's dad's house. Like, just your...
never been there.
Like, they've never really spoken. So it'd be weird to, like... It was just weird. I'm like...
Wake up from drinking in your friend's dad's bed in
I
a
know!
building you've never been to.
Yes, and then it's like, how do you know where to go, like, to get home?
But Jen is probably used to that.
Oh, yeah.
But then, like, that scene where, you know, when he carries her out, and then they argue.
She vomits
that
everywhere.
was disgusting.
Chunky.
Oh! You're making me think about it.
It was gross.
It was, but then she was like, I tried to be you, whatever. You didn't try hard enough.
No.
Well, then that's where he was like, I would take my bad, because remember, she was like, you're not happy. And it's like, but Jen, neither are you. Like,
She's obviously not.
I'd rather be sober too than drunk and getting taken advantage of every night.
Yeah.
And I'm sorry, but when she left, she wasn't even stumbling.
Yeah, she was walking just fine in it.
I was like, here we go.
Yeah, she did forget where home was for a second, so he had to turn
No,
around.
but when they were walking together, she wasn't stumbling. She didn't like have to grab onto him like, I need help walking home.
Mm-hmm.
It didn't add up to how drunk. And again, they're having full on conversations.
I wouldn't be able to if I was that intoxicated.
No, again, how much did you really drink that night?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, that didn't make any sense to me.
Yeah, they should have portrayed her drunkenness a little better.
Yeah. And then it ends with Joey crawling through Dawson's window.
Ugh. Does she really think she can go back there and just be his friend?
Well,
Yes.
my thing is, he leaves home, obviously, to go to the party, and he's obviously not home.
Yeah.
And the window is wide open.
I guess they don't worry about theft in that town. I don't know.
Or animals and bugs crawling through your window.
Yeah, that's
There's
true.
no screen.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, yeah, my room would be filled with, like, moths and flies and maybe a raccoon or two.
Chipmunks, anything. Yeah, it's not realistic. And you had that Ursula. She might come back.
Yeah, you never know.
They know where you live.
Ooh.
They might tell all their psycho friends, hey, we know a good house to go.
Yeah, let's go rob these guys.
And
They
ooh,
leave their window open.
yeah. And also, didn't Dawson kick the ladder? Why is everybody still crawling through his window?
I guess he put it back up at some point, but I don't
Yeah.
know.
Oh,
Yeah, because that's how Jen got in before.
I know. It's just weird. He kicked it, and now it's back.
Yeah, he changed his mind and put it
Oh
back
my
up.
God.
That boy is so wishy-washy.
Yeah, 1 minute it's something, then next it's something else. Make up your mind, Dumbo. That's my new name for him.
Dumbo.
All right, and that's the end. What'd you guys think of the episode?
It was boring.
Yeah.
What was your highs and lows?
Oh. I mean,
The scene with Pacey in the market.
yeah, that was definitely the high.
Yeah, for
And
me
then-
too. Thank you.
Because that
Yeah,
was
at the
so
party.
sweet to see him react and help.
Well, and it was so embarrassing, like for Andie.
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm. And then the low is Jen at the party.
Yes, that just disgusted me the way those guys were with her. That's why my least favorite this episode was that Chris and his buddy.
Yeah, me too.
What would you guys rate it?
Like a 6, maybe, barely.
5.
4. So each person gets lower.
And my favorite character, I'm sure this doesn't come by any surprise, was Pacey.
Me too.
Wait a minute. You guys didn't say Dawson?
No, because he's in second place, but Pacey
Yeah.
did a lot for Andie.
He was?
Dawson
Cynthia?
was second place for me, too.
I said he did a lot for Andie.
He really did.
You guys... shocked?
He's growing on us.
I don't know about Cynthia, but clearly you. Because you guys used to be my little Dawson lovers.
We're switching sides.
Team Pacey. So who's your guys? Oh, so your best, both of you, is Pacey. Who's your worst?
It was Chris.
Yeah, Chris and his little buddy.
Yeah, Todd, I believe.
Those D-bags. They're just not nice.
Oh my God.
I mean, look at how they were all over Jen. They were just gonna do whatever they pleased.
But Jen still went back.
Yeah, that's kind of dumb on her part.
If you can't remember, don't go back.
She was like my second for my least favorite of the episode just because how dumb she is acting.
See, and that's the thing. My best was obviously Pacey. Dawson, no.
Is he your worst?
No, but he was definitely, no matter how much he tried to be the hero for Jen, he was never going to be the...
Not the winner.
Not when Pacey did that in the store, because Dawson would never have done that. And if Pacey was at the party, he would have got Jen out too. So you know what?
He always looks out for everyone's best interest, it seems.
Yeah, he saves everyone. So, you know, he's the best. And then the worst, I put Jen because she was being mean to Dawson.
Yeah.
And then he goes and saves her, and she's still being mean to him. And then she's getting drunk and still hanging out with Chris. You knew the last episode the guy took advantage of you while you were sober. So why would you...
Put yourself back in that situation
Yep.
as a poor choice.
And you knew that's why you got kicked out of New York. So why would you go back to... And where is Grams?
Yeah, we haven't seen her in a few episodes.
No, but like this episode, your granddaughter is intoxicated and she's not even...
And she doesn't come home.
Yeah, for 3 whole nights. So where... Doesn't Graham check on her?
I'd be
Wait.
calling the police, making a missing person report.
Oh, yeah.
I don't get it. Like, where's Graham?
I don't know. I mean, she...
Maybe she's visiting New York.
telling her parents, Jen is so out of control.
Yeah.
Look what she's... But remember? Because when she
Yeah.
was with Vincent, Graham said, I can't... Like, that's what you think of yourself? Like, and all
Yeah,
of
she
this.
lectured her big time.
And then now Jen is going crazy, you know, being out of control, and Grams isn't there to witness it. It doesn't make
Nope.
sense. Grams is home every night.
Right.
It's not realistic that she wouldn't be watching Jen,
Mm-hmm. Yeah, you're absolutely right.
Especially
where
when-
is she?
especially when she has seen her start to turn out of, you know, to go back to that way.
Did Grams die and nobody knows because Jen doesn't go home?
God.
I don't know. I'm just making things up.
But like, wouldn't Grams like wonder where she's at?
Mm-hmm.
I would. I'd be freaking out.
Yeah, so that's why Jen was the worst. I'm like, at least tell the guy thank you for saving your life.
Yes. Instead of getting mad at him.
But no, she couldn't do that. And also, she just kept going back. So, you know what? Honestly, she put herself in the situation. So, she should never have went back to the party. Or shall I say the part?
part.
Yeah, that was just so stupid. Did you like the part where they call it part and dat? Come
No,
on.
I thought it was so dumb.
Stupid.
Why?
The writers, who comes up with that stupid thing?
Did they think it was cool?
In the 90s?
Definitely. I don't think it was ever cool. Still isn't, never gonna be.
Sorry, writers. You may have tried, but you failed. Also, can you guys put Dawson in some better clothes? I can't. Like, Pacey looks like a high schooler, but Dawson...
Wearing his grandpappy's outfits.
I think he's wearing Jen's grandpa's clothes.
Oh, yeah, the ones her grandma was donating.
Yeah, I think he took them. He's always wearing those, like, sweater vest things, and I'm like, dude, you're in high school.
And they're always, like, too big on them.
Mm-hmm. And I get the 90s clothes are baggy because Pacey has baggy clothes, but
Yeah.
But Dawson just looks older than high school. And also how he's acting. He's not acting high school. It's not realistic. And then here we go. You know, Joey's got the baby face.
Hopefully the next episode's a little more exciting, but...
Yeah. What is it, Cynthia?
Episode 9, the election. So,
I mean, it sounds interesting.
We shall see.
All right, you guys. Thanks for listening.
Take care.
yep. Bye.
Bye.
Thanks for listening to this episode of Duo Chat. If you want to chime in with your opinion about this episode and the show we discussed, you can email us at duochatpodcast@gmail.com. And to keep up with updates about the podcast, you can follow us at Twitter at duochatpodcast. And give us a review wherever you listen to podcasts. We would really appreciate it.